Hello guys, welcome to lovely budgeting video today. I'm going to be catching you guys all up on where I'm at in August. It is almost month end. We're a few days short of end of August or going into September. But yeah guys, today is the 28th, so my name is Jack with My Girl Budgeting, and on today's video, like I said, we're gonna just get caught up with a lot of the stuff that we're going to be taking care of for the remainder of the month. I was looking over my, what I have. I do have a paycheck coming on the 30th, so I do have the remainder of my month bills to take care of. So I will be doing a video on that, but also, I'm gonna be getting ready to close out August. I did as good as I could for August. Mind you, it was my birthday month. It's not an excuse, and I shouldn't use that as an excuse, but I really fell off the trucking wagon. So I will say, and that's okay. It was like every day, or there was days where I was like, I'm going to pull my, go through my list of all my categories of what I've spent and everything that's been drafted from bills, whatever, etc. And no, it did not happen that way. I would get my folder, I would look at it, and essentially I had to move my stuff into this one because I need to fix my, my little setup here. It's a little bit too thick for my little rings that I had on this one, like so. So this is like this one, but yeah, it did not fit all the papers that I was trying to stuff in it for the remainder for the year. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. But also, it's just, I've been going through my meal. So this is my budgeting calendar, and I do 2 of these calendars. I do one for my budget, and then I do one for my meal planning. And this is a good way for me to start tracking my stay-at-home meals. So we are on the 28th. I don't anticipate eating out, but I know my son too. He might just come home and be like, Mom, let's go somewhere. It's kind of still early in the day, so I'm leaving it up to him. I plan on staying home, but knowing my son, he'll probably be in the mood for something. So and so that's why I'm like leaving it up. But anyways, this is basically my month. I mean, considering the fact that it was my birthday month, I did celebrate that pretty much 2 weeks of my birthday. I actually did really good considering that it was. I did not go out too crazy to do anything crazy like I would have done probably 10 years ago. I pretty much, enjoyed meals with friends and family, and pretty much did that. But yeah, it looks like, I'm getting better on the blue, getting rid of that blue. That is my dining out. And green means that we actually ate out, whether it was like provided for my birthday. So this was a big big color here because I did get to eat out, for my birthday. And so that was actually provided to me, those meals. And then everything in yellow is pretty much what I've stayed at home. So then the colors are getting better, I will say. I'm trying to find where my July one was. Where is July's? July was pretty much, pretty full in the blue category. Not really bad. It wasn't too bad on the blue category, but there was a lot more blue. I think there was probably like 9 days of blue on my July. So here we got it down to 3. And just eating more at home has been the key, and I'm going to try to hit that goal of trying to do a whole month where I do not eat out, so and that even includes being meal provided, you know. I try to, you know, whenever it comes to my son like wanting to go eat out, he's like, Mom, I'm treating, you know. It's like, ugh. But I try to sway him a lot of times, and sometimes he's just like, no, I want to do it. So anyways, that's what I call what is it called, self-control, maybe, or maybe give a little bit of direction in that aspect. But no, so I will say August did pretty good. This is a little breakdown more into it on my monthly meal plan. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump into my budgeting sheet for my last paycheck of August. I do have it. It's been deposited. I actually get it 2 days early through my bank, so that's pretty awesome. And I've already written it out. I'll go over it with you guys, and I will say, I mean, with considering the fact that I have been doing overtime here lately at work, I'm trying to get more money so that I can, you know, get more funds to cover costs, you know. This past 6 months has really hit me hard with finances, so I'm hoping by next month we should see a little bit progress on what I have to pay, especially on my AT&T, my daughter's car that I've been helping with that, and then also with her insurance. So yeah, so that's something that I'm looking forward to. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. My budget sheet here, it says it is for my 8/30 paycheck. I had a balance of $63.42 roll over. Mind you guys, like I said, I did fall off the tracking wagon, and therefore I ended up not spending money. I will say I ended up adjusting to where I was paying different bills than I expected to on my last paycheck, and then I'm going to use what I anticipated on paying to cover what I didn't pay. So one of those things is my actual mortgage. So I did not pay my August mortgage this month, and so I don't know. My thing with that was the simple fact that I need money to have like a buffer, more of a buffer than anything else, and that's where it's stemming from. Because as I was started doing this process of trying to, you know, make sure I pay everything, doing zero-based budgeting, I am getting in the overdrafts part of my account, and that means because I'm paying everything that I should, I'm not leaving so much of a buffer to actually cover my, you know, the things that are getting drafted. And so I didn't want to do that this paycheck. So I decided to move my house payment to the end of this month. And, you know, by next month I should be back on track with everything, hopefully. Now that I changed my car, you know, payment on that, the date, when I was going through this, looking at my calendar of everything, I anticipate that I'm going to be doing pretty good. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. And I'm going to be putting initials on here for everything that is for August. S is September. That means that some of this stuff is being split out into September bills, and that's what the plan is. I only get paid twice a month, the 15th and 30th, so I have to make those, you know, adjustments. And then we have of course, my spending cash, and then we have my savings. So for paycheck, we go to get that. My starting balance was at $63.42. with a 2037 Paycheck, 554, which it actually, I haven't got the full 554. I should be getting it. I got 400 so far. So I should get the rest here, you know, later on today. It's supposed to be 600. And so that gives me a balance of 2655.03. Now I have my Jeep that I have to pay. I am paying my mortgage. These are budgeting, what I have budgeted, and then what I'm going to be. My actual is whenever I actually draft it out. Reliant, I put $100. I actually paid $75, but I'm going to use that $25 as a buffer for the electric. If you're not aware, I do have electric that is like basically power as you go, basically, or power, I can't remember what it's called, but basically it's, you have to keep a positive balance in your account in order to keep your electricity running. And so that's how I pay my electricity. I knew I want to look into some other the ones that I pay monthly. I know that those are ridiculous amounts, and this has always worked for me because, you know, I can't, when during the summer months, I can't get a $300-400 freaking electric bill because we're running the AC all at one time and then pay it all at once. This, with me doing the power to go, I think is what it's called, with a Reliant, it helps me to be able to disperse money as I need it to keep it in the positive. So then we have my Chase payment, and then we have my, of course, my monthly memberships, which I did cancel 2 for next month. So, and then we have my water bill, my internet, and I won't go too much into the September bills until next month because I need to close out August 1st. So that gives me a total with everything I have to pay. Let's see. Let's do this. 475 to 84. My goal next month is to really stay on track. Sorry guys. With my spending. I want to make sure I stay in the balance out. That's where my goal is. My gosh. Gives me a balance of 23, not balance, but a total of 2317.64 minus 2655.03, leaving 337.39. So now we have my groceries of $75. We have $30 in gas, $25 in shopping, $20 in miscellaneous, and then I'm leaving $50 as a bank buffer right now. So 337. Okay, so let's total these out. 30, 25, 20, and 50. Gives me a total of $200 minus 337.39 is a balance of 137.39. So I did actually go get $65 from the bank today. So I have $72 left for savings, or what I'm not sure. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do with that extra $72, but I'm deciding whether or not I'm gonna put it towards savings or not. So that's just but I want to go ahead and not touch that just yet. And that's pretty much it, guys. The 72 I will leave alone, but let's go ahead and give all my summary of everything. So we have 23, 17, 64, $200 on my expenses, savings of 137.39. So 2655.03 minus 2317.64 minus 200 minus 137.39 gives me a zero balance, guys, and that is our zero balanced budgeting. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I mean, I had to look at my calendar for one. I will say August is all the remainder bills that I have for the month. But then we have September. That's going to be playing a factor into it. And I will be getting my September calendar. I pretty much have it ready as far as for bills, and everything in blue dotted here is for this month's this paycheck. So that should be covered, with the exception of Wells Fargo. I'm gonna have to adjust that and move that. That's my mortgage for September's, because I'm paying August. I'm gonna have to move this over into the 15th, and I'll be able to do it that way. It'll be easier for me. So and that's it, guys. So once I close out, which, I mean, I'm pretty much closed out. Like I said, I did not track good on my expenses. I wrote down majority of everything. It's up to the 14th, maybe? No, the 17th. And after that, I have not written anything else out into my spending. And so, mind you, this is for cash and for anything that's drafted, whether it's bills that get drafted. All of it's being tracked. I need to do that for my drafts here, and I will get that caught up. That way it will give me a good closeout for August, and then I will be ready to open up September and get September calendar ready. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I probably went off on a tangent because I did say I was only going to be talking about my budget but it's pretty much rounding up August and closing it out with the remainder of my bills to get ready for September. And I will be doing that on the next video on my budgeting. So with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and use hashtag get straight. No, get back on track. I don't know, just on track. Let's put on track for today's hashtag. Just lets me know you watched all the way up to this point. I have really enjoyed, you guys taking part in this with me. It is me doing the videos. It really helps me to stay motivated, but also be held accountable. When I don't do the videos, and which I haven't done a video a video based on my budgeting probably in 2 weeks. Yeah, so I need to get back on track. When I do it, it does make me focus and really look at my numbers. So with that being said, guys, much love, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.